Rise and shine, and how amazing it is to be alive again today. Welcome to a new solo episode of the ASOM experience. With you is Serge Abbey. I am so excited, so grateful, and so happy to be once again a new week together to share a new topic, to share with you some of the insights that I have been collecting and learning over the past years. Just a quick reminder, everything that I'm sharing here is not fully applicable to every single person out there. You are most welcome to join, to listen, to share, and to take some of the bits and pieces from these episodes, whether they're solo, whether they are interviews with interesting and inspiring people. Listening to their stories might definitely resonate with yours or some of the experiences that they had learned in the past, or maybe some tools and tips that we share here, especially on solo episodes where it's a little bit more structured and every time we cover a specific new topic. And as you've noticed in the past two episodes of 2022, the goal was to guide you through some of the tips to leading a more exciting and productive 2022. So, the first tip of the year was journaling. I hope you have been journaling for the past weeks and that it has been giving you some results. Just the fact that you're able to write down your thoughts, your ideas, your feelings is a lot of strength that's being created just by getting these out instead of keeping them within you. Another one was 2 weeks ago, and it was, do you have a plan? And we've discussed how do you create a personal development plan? What are the main areas to focus on? So I hope since then you've been adding maybe more tools and um, more, yeah, methods and means for you to lead a better, more exciting, and more productive year. For my case, it's been going so far so great. I I had a knee injury, which for those who know, for those who don't, I was stopped for a few weeks, and I had to take care of my health. And right now, I'm recovering and healing very well. So I'm happy to be able to come back on the podcast, share with you, and continuously provide value for the listeners and people watching. I just want you to know that I'm extremely grateful. And for every and each and one of you, whether you're connecting from your phone or whether you're driving your car or at the gym, just know that it's great to have interesting and interested listeners and people watching out there. Because at the end of the day, everything you consume is what you become. So I hope you're consuming good information, healthy food, and interesting data. So let's jump to today's topic. And I'm going to start with asking you a question. When was the last time you went on an adventure? Do you remember the adrenaline rush, that powerful, ecstatic, and euphoric feeling you had and you get when you push yourself and your limits? On this solo episode, I would like to guide you through how to create and how to find and how to live your next adventure. And the word adventure seems to be a little bit like too much, like too far. Like there's a lot of risk being taken. Like you have to do so much to get on an adventure. You have to book a ticket to the other side of the earth or the globe. It's not necessarily that complicated. You can go on an adventure even without leaving your house or even without leaving your neighborhood or your country itself. And funny thing, I've met recently a wonderful person, and she is definitely one of the most adventurous. I mean, just knowing her stories and listening to what she's been through. And some people actually live for that. Some people live for that rush that's being created, something that allows you to feel like every time you're pushing yourself out of your limits. So, why are we talking about, creating a new adventure in your life? This is one of the 7 tips to having an exciting new year. And creating an adventure basically is going to allow you to get out of your mundane, get out of your routine, out of your schedule, and do something different. Do something that's going to create certain feelings, certain sensations within you that are going to allow you to expand, that are going to shift your perspective as well. So, the next time you feel like you're ready for an adventure, start by closing your eyes first of all, and we're gonna do this practice together right now because it all begins with awareness. So start by closing your eyes right now and imagine yourself somewhere far away, somewhere where you feel amazing, somewhere where you feel happy, feel joyful, feel relaxed and at peace. And breathe with these thoughts, these feelings, and give yourself enough time to get there. So I'll guide you through 5 breaths, just regular breaths. Inhale, exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a deep breath and slowly open your eyes again. And what happened just now? Were you able to visualize that place or that feeling or that, that situation? So the idea behind this is, first of all, to allow you to imagine, to allow you to make it happen first in your mind without even being there, and connect with that feeling, connect with that sensation, and ask yourself, how does it feel? It, for some people, the unknown and this obscure what's gonna happen, where am I going, is scary. For others it's exciting. But just the fact that you allowed yourself to shift your mind from everything you're going through right now to something that's new, something that's exciting, this enough allows you to take the first step. So the first step is just allowing yourself to live the adventure without living it, actually. So the first step is living the adventure without living it, without moving. And then the next step is actually what you've just created in your mind. Ask yourself, is this something doable? If it's doable, then start planning it. Set a date, set a time, whether you're alone or in company. If it's not doable, try to imagine how would that adventure be doable in maybe something on a much smaller scale, such as, going out in your neighborhood, going for a run, going for a swim, going for a hike, going on your bike, anything that allows you to get out of your mundane, get out of your routine. And this is going to definitely help you expand. And by doing these micro adventures, it's not just about that one big adventure. It's not just about, once again, flying on the other side of the continent and going to these amazing places. That's not about it. I recently fell on a person's beautiful stories that she shared on her Facebook, and very successful, very very beautiful person, and she was sharing openly and vulnerably about how she was expecting that a trip to one of the most beautiful places in Europe would, make her feel better, but then coming back to reality, she understood that that was not the key. So once again, let your adventures and let your escapes not be based on going too far and going all the way extremes. Start with the micro adventure. Start with doing things differently, taking another path. Instead of walking back to your place with the normal, same mundane path, try to take a different one. By doing that, you're going to re engineer and reprogram your mind to think and to feel in a different way. And everything that I'm sharing with you is what I experience myself in my daily life. I always tend to take a different route, a different path. And trust me, surprises are endless. If you're someone who's curious, if you're someone who's adventurous, and if you're someone who doesn't enjoy mundane routine and, you know, just living on repeat, do you really want to live on repeat? That's another question here. So I hope you got maybe a few bits and pieces of this episode to allow you to, first of all, be aware and imagine and then create and then live it. Live it, first of all, on a micro level. And you will see that later on, all these micro adventures are going to turn out to become a huge adventure, which is your life itself. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, whatever you are, whatever you're doing. I hope you go on an adventure today, right after this, or anytime you can. And feel free to reach out. I'm seeing more and more people connecting from new countries. It's exciting. I'm full of awe and grace to see new countries and people connecting. So, yeah, if you feel like jumping on, if you feel like sharing, sending me an email, I love reading your comments and your emails. So, sending you much strength and a lot of excitement, wherever you are. Have a good day or have a good night, and see you next week.